And now, having actually hopefully inspired you to be open-minded and ready, please join me in it is my pleasure to introduce you to one of our co-hosts of this event, Dean John Quelch of the University of Miami Herbert Business School. Thank you so much.
Buenas tardes, bienvenidos a todos. Muchas gracias por su asistencia. I want to thank you. Want to thank you all for being here. It's just fantastic to have the opportunity to host this. I think I met a few of you in New York pre-COVID at an event that we attended there, sponsored by Claudia and her team. And we were very pleased to subsequently sign up to the Hispanic Promise as the University of Miami Herbert Business School. And this is just one small way in which we're saying thank you for that opportunity. I, of course, represent the past rather than the future, as you can see. I knew that Claudia would come very well dressed, so I tried to clean up my act for today. But as you can see, it's no contest, right? But I do want to say that we at the University of Miami Herbert Business School are, of course, totally committed to the future of the Latino and Hispanic communities, not just in our local area, but in the entire hemisphere. Because one of our strategic objectives as a university is really to take advantage of the geographic endowment of being in Miami to leverage that on behalf of all of Latin America, as well as North America, and I might say in addition, the Caribbean as well. Actually, even as we speak today, my international affairs manager, she is actually in the Dominican Republic today, where we're co-hosting an event with a couple of Latin American business schools for the entrepreneurs of the Dominican Republic. Just to give you a little bit of flavor of what we are up to here at the University of Miami Herbert Business School. Number one, we host around about 3,200 undergraduates in business here. Most people think the University of Miami Herbert Business School is probably around about 400 or 500 students. No, we have 3,200 undergraduates. We have around about 1,200 to 1,400 graduate students doing master's degrees. And then in addition, we have a very big executive education operation for non-degree executive education. And I'm pleased to say that Telemundo is one of our most important clients in that area. We do a very well structured and very well received Women in Leadership program for Telemundo, and around about 1/3 of our faculty are Spanish speaking and or Portuguese speaking. And so we're able to deploy our faculty, unlike any other business school in the US, with the exception maybe of Houston and San Diego, deploy our faculty, our full-time faculty throughout Latin America. And we do a lot of work in Latin America, both for companies and for business schools that are based in Latin America. So that's a little bit of an overview of our range of activities. When I arrived here, I found that there was no particular strategy with respect to the Hispanic and Latino communities. So one thing that we did very early on was to inaugurate a Latin America and Caribbean advisory board of corporate executives with a commitment to or experience in the region. And that particular board now has around about 40 members, many of them from Fortune 500 companies or multi-Latinas from Latin America. In addition to that, we have launched this past year, one thing I'm very proud of, a Latina entrepreneurship boot camp. This is open to Latinas from anywhere in the world who are college age and have an entrepreneurial idea. They can apply to be a part of this boot camp. We bring them for 1 week. It's entirely free, so there's no cost to the participants. I was able to go out and raise several $100,000 of funds very quickly, actually, for support for this particular initiative. So we have funding for this initiative for 3 years, and we've had one iteration of this program so far. It's been, as you can imagine, hugely well received. Not only by the participants, but also by the Hispanic and Latino communities in Florida. Claudia has inspired us. We all are on that same train, but because I'm the aging white guy here in the room, I thought I might add a little bit of the bad news to the equation. So I think from a business point of view, the negative statistic that sticks with me more than any other is that less than 1% of the purchases of Fortune 500 companies are with Latino or Hispanic-owned companies. So when you think of the gap that exists between 25% of the Hispanic of the population of the U.S. being Hispanic by 2040, and 1% of procurement being from Hispanic-led companies, that's a pretty sad situation. And despite the best efforts, maybe not the best efforts, but despite efforts such as they are, the same poor track record of procurement applies also to federal and state agencies. In many respects, they are not doing hardly any better than corporate America is doing. So one of the roles that we aim to play as a business school is, of course, facilitating the entrepreneurship of Latinos and Hispanics to be translated into successful businesses that then can become a more prominent part of the equation when it comes to mainstream commerce in the United States, and to ensure that those businesses thrive, prosper, grow, accelerate in their development, and become significant employers of many other Americans, and not just Latinos and Hispanics, of course. So there's a lot of work to be done in terms of motivating mainstream business, and let me just say mainstream Anglo-led business, to an understanding of how much opportunity they are leaving on the table in terms of their own prospects for advancement and development by, I won't say ignoring, but in some cases it's just not knowing how to approach, cater to, develop, motivate, and otherwise enhance the opportunity that they have to take all of the talent that's in this room and across the nation in Hispanic and Latino communities to build their businesses and add to our collective prosperity. So I know that Claudia has outlined some themes for the day, which I think are really terrific themes around health and gender equality, et cetera. And I'm here to thank you again for allowing us to host this event, and also to wish the Hispanic Promise and the We Are All Human initiative every success. And I hope you have wonderful deliberations today. We have a couple of our own faculty members who are going to be also part of the panels, and I thank them also for their willingness to participate. But in conclusion, I mean, I came from Boston to Miami mainly because I saw, and as a consumer marketer myself, I saw the demographics that were characterizing our country, And when you look at those demographics, and this was 5 or 6 years ago that I came down here, looking at those demographics, there was no question that the opportunity for growth and prosperity was shifting south. And Miami, of course, is a pivotal location, not only for American Hispanics and Latinos, but as the bridge to Latin America and the Caribbean as well. So it's a great privilege to be leading this school at the University of Miami in such a time of opportunity for us as a state, as a city, and for all of you in the Hispanic and Latino community. And I'm wondering how I can get a Latino transplant. Is that part of the equation? I hope it's not just a matter of language, because I'm really bad at languages. But if there's a way of, getting a little bit of a transfer, can I go to a plastic surgeon? I don't know. But everything that Claudia said, I found this to be a fantastically welcoming community, and consider myself fortunate to have so many friends that are new friends from the last 5 years in the Latino and Hispanic community. So thank you again for the opportunity to host. Thank you.